want to say thank you all so much for coming. First and foremost, no words can do my mom justice. I didn't write anything, but I want to say at first for sure that this is even a miracle. This pamphlet, everything, you guys being here, just every part of this. We didn't have much time. My brother and his wife are going back to Europe, and so we're just very, very honored and thankful that you can all be here. Few things I want to touch on about my mom. She had a rough childhood and said that her mom and dad never told her that they loved her. And she said she was always going to make it a point to let us know how much she loved us. And she most certainly did, always. So thankful for that. She always did everything she could since we were babies to bring us up in the things of God. And actually, I want to just show this. This is a perfect example right here. There's notes, I think, on every page in here pretty much. This was dated 1990. So she, feel free to look at that because I think that's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Her cooking was amazing. Honestly, I used to call and, with my mom almost, most days of the week for sure. I'd call and she'd say, "You're short order cook." You know what I mean? Because I would just call her like, "Hey, Mom, can I eat?" And she was immediately always willing to cook. And sometimes I'd call and she'd go, "Mary's Diner." And I'd be like, all right. So, and I must say my brother is, no lie, the most amazing chef. I was just showing Nadia and the kids and everyone the newspaper article of him that we found. I didn't even tell you I found it, but when he was super young in his early 20s, was the executive chef at a really hot restaurant at the time in the Bay Area, which is uncommon for someone that young, and he never even went to culinary school. So let me tell you, it's because my mom she'd always said that she didn't eat to live, she lived to eat. So if you know my mom, you know she loved Hobby Lobby. I mean, bless her heart, towards the end, she of course, her mind was a little bit all over the place at the end, but she literally thought that her doctor was the owner of Hobby Lobby at one point. I said, "Mom." Yeah, so decorations, oh my gosh. My mom lived in Silverhawk Apartments, and thank you so much for Yanil and George, management from Silverhawk Apartments. She was there for 13 years. I'm so thankful for that place because she lived right above the pool. And for that reason, she wasn't really lonely because she always got to see people and everyone was always so loving to her. But let me tell you, I guess they didn't have a model at one point, so they actually brought people from the administration to see her apartment. My mom was an Angel View. They literally should have her picture on the Angel View truck. I'm not even kidding. I used to tell her that all the time. She would laugh. All her clothes, she loved Angel View, and the 99-cent store, she loved too, and Hobby Lobby, and her decorations. You will be blown away if you see this tree which I'm gonna keep. It's like a flower tree. Matter of fact, one of the pictures in the slideshow, you'll notice in the background, at that time, it only had like a dozen flowers, I think, or some. This thing is incredible. She was so proud of this tree. And so every time we'd go to the 99-cent store to get groceries, she would just buy like a few flowers every time, and then it just ended up being this beautiful. So decorations, it's incredible. Hallmark movies. So she wanted nothing more than for me to watch Hallmark movies with her, which I did. I'm not gonna lie, some of them were actually pretty good. I cried a few times, I'm not gonna lie. And she would always tell me, "Daniel, you're gonna love this one." She knew what I loved, apparently. She would always tell me what I was gonna love. Matthew, you too. She thought she definitely knew what we loved. It was even like something on the news, and she thought that for sure it was gonna be something that we had to watch. But most importantly, what I wanna say is that God's timing is incredible. As heartbreaking as this is, There can't be any coincidence in this. I got married in October 9th to my beautiful wife. My brother got married to his beautiful wife a few years back, and she's been such an angel to our family, as has my beautiful wife. And I'm telling you what, she got to see us both get married. There can't be a coincidence. Nadia was actually telling me that in our last conversation that we had with her, and I vaguely remember this, but she actually said, "You're not alone now." Basically, in other words, she could leave. Also, it was so, like, after the day, she was so happy at the wedding. Before that, she didn't even know if she was going to feel good enough because she was sick. And then I'm talking about, like, the next day, her health just started declining. It can't be a coincidence, right? Because she got to experience having family, probably for, like, the extent of what she felt family-wise, grandkids, all of us, was the most she's probably ever felt in her entire life. So I just am so thankful for that. Towards the end, it was the last day. It was honestly, it was heartbreaking. And I never thought I'd say this, but it was beautiful at the same time. I had my wife, my niece, Elsie, my daughter, Janine, and my mother-in-law, my suegra. No, I'm just kidding. I say it like that. It's a joke. I know how to say it for real. She was there, and honestly, it was the most beautiful thing because she knew we were there. The last 3 days she couldn't talk. I was going through her emails, finding all the Christian songs she would send to me, again, saying, "Daniel, you're going to love this one," and always telling me to listen to the songs. And we were playing those songs, and no lie, towards the end, because Pastor witnessed this too, but she was dancing around like she was with her shoulders, and it would say something about Jesus, and she would just go like this. Like, we got so much confirmation, and we'd say, "Mom, Jesus loves you," and she had reactions about Joshua, Nini, and Elsie, and Carlos. She had reactions towards the end. The last reaction that she had was when, on the last day, is when I said, "Pastor Carlos is here," and her eyes went like this. So she loved Pastor so much, and I'm telling you, this was crazy. Everything was crazy because I was so nervous about how this was going to pan out, but I don't know why, because I would always tell her, she was always saying, I'm such a worrier, and I need to change the A to an O, or O to an A, and be a warrior. But she was a warrior for Christ. And she always said she wanted nothing more than to sit at the feet of Jesus, like Mary in the Bible. You know what I mean? And yeah, she was amazing. So thank you all so much. We love you all so much, and we know that she is definitely in heaven and no longer suffering. So this is a real celebration of life, and I really appreciate what my brother said as well. So thank you.